peeps. I'm picking up my bees today. It's scary being new at things, and I don't want to make a fool of myself and be embarrassed, and I also don't want to get stung, and I want to make sure that bees like where they live. Like, I don't want to just be throwing money out the window. Okay, let's go. I just got home. I can officially unclench my jaw, but I do need to get the spray bottle with the sugar syrup and get my veil on. And today on Don't Do This at Home, I'm terrified, but I'm just gonna have to friggin' do it at this point. I can get my smoker going. I shouldn't have to use it, but I'm gonna just have it ready to go in case. And it's good practice because, man, this thing took a hot minute to get started because it's been raining all freaking day. It finally is nice outside, which is a perfect break to get these girls all tucked in. So I'm gonna use the drench method, shake them out, leave them some food and some marshmallows, and call her good. tongue is out. It's funny. That little thing that looks like a straw, that's the tongue. Slurp, slurp, slurp. So it is a new day. Now that I finally have a minute to breathe, I can share my thoughts on the whole process. So I bought my bees back in January, which seemed crazy to pre-order a living colony of bees in the middle of the winter, and it was freezing cold, and I was just starting to do my vision board. But I ordered them online through WiscoBees. It was a very easy process. I spent about $156, and at the end of the little invoice that they sent me back right away, it said, be prepared to pick up your bees. The first 2 weeks of April, you will receive an email, text, and call. So then, afterwards, nothing. Crickets. It was silent, and I was slowly starting to like, oh my God, did I just get myself scammed? And I was just trying to remind myself to trust their process, that I just had to wait for the first 2 weeks of April and be prepared to get that email, call, and text. So the end of the third week of April, I got the message that the bees were here. So I was so excited, crazy nervous. I started doing site prep, figuring out where I wanted the bees, where I thought the best location was going to be, and start clearing up the space. I landed on the northeast side of our property, part of this little tree line, and it gets a ton of morning sun, and then it gets dappled afternoon sun with a little bit of shade. That's it for trees pretty much around here. So I wanted the bees to be a little bit protective from the elements, the wind, and the sweltering heat and sun during the summer. Now it was time to go pick up the bees. Picking up the bees, well, that was a whole experience in its own. So I pull up to this, what looks like a local mechanic shop. There's just a little sign. And I'm like, do I wear my veil? Do I not wear my veil? I am not sure. So I decided to just go into the little retail office space first and kind of take a look and gauge kind of what other people are doing. So as I'm in the checkout line, a girl comes up to me and she's like, hey, are you here for bees? And I say, yeah. And she pulls me aside and takes me to the garage part, which had just stacks, crates on crates on crates on crates, and stacks of bees. And you would just feel the humming, and it's warm and hot as hell in there. And she just grabs this little wooden shoebox crate of bees with a little Campbell's can in the center and plops it into the back of my Rav, and she sends me on my way. The whole time I'm so nervous and sweating bullets and just pretending I know what I'm doing. Totally don't. But here I am, no veil, driving home. Then it was time to unload them. So I had my site prepped. I had gotten my boxes out and everything, cleaned them up and had them ready to go. So I just had to do the classic rite of passage, which is the thump and dump. You literally bang the bottom of the box so that the bees fall down, so that you can quick move the can out of the way, get the queen out, get her rubber band into the brood box. And I did the cork marshmallow method, where you quickly remove the cork and replace it with a mini marshmallow. So she'll eat her way out, the workers will eat their way in, and this way everyone gets acquainted slowly, and she doesn't take off right away. So dump these bees out, close up the box, put the queen excluder on, put the honey super on. It had half the frames because I needed room to make sure that the feeders were gonna fit. Put the top box on and lid. Little branch in the entrance with some grass to help the guard bees have a smaller space to guard and keep safe, and also protect them from the elements, from predators, thieving, pollinators, and the like the wind and the rain that was supposed to be coming that night. So the next morning was the worst part. I go out, the birds are chirping, the sun is shining,
and the bees are quiet. Nothing, silence. There was a little cluster of bees on top of the package, and they were completely motionless, and that panic set in. I swear my heart sank into my butt. I thought, oh crap, did I kill them in the storm? Was it too wet and cold? Did they frickin' take off and just say peace out? Like, but then I had to go to work. So at work, I was just listening to all of my Beekeeper Audible books and just spiraling. Just spiraling. So then when I came home and I pulled into the driveway and I looked over at my hive, it was such a relief to see the girls doing that beautiful figure 8 orientation flight in front of the hive. It was like, okay, weight is lifted and I'm in it, I'm game. That was so much self-doubt and panic packed into the past 24 hours. So I'm gonna leave them alone for another day before I open up the hive to check to make sure the queen has been released and replenish the sugar syrup. Thank you for being here and holding my hand with me while I become a beekeeper. I'm in this, we in this, right? So for now, we beekeeper. Well, I hope you do something that your heart's been pulling you to do, even if it's scary. Do it anyway. I'm excited, I'm nervous. We all got to start somewhere. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.